What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Anna Mondays. I am the JJ, and this is Gravity Falls Part 4, years 2013, and we're going to hop right into it. Starting with episode 16. This episode shows the horrors of being a young boy at especially a young brother, specifically that, but it could be cousins or whatever, but being a young boy at a slumber party full of girls, and I unfortunately got mugged that way multiple times, and I've chosen that word correctly. Dipper relatively tries to sleep in multiple other areas, and that's the thing. The show has common sense with its decision making. I understandably get what he's doing, and that happens a lot of the time, specifically with Dipper, because he is the grounded level 1, specifically the avatar for the people, so to speak, to relate to. But he sleeps in multiple places, gets chewed on by a wolf, an owl tried to eat his tongue, he winds up sleeping outside. There's a really clever joke in this, by the way, and I mentioned the adult thing a lot, and this one really shows. It's the, I've had it with the fun stick, after he gets poked in the face by it's the fun stick, boop. I've had it with the fun stick, and that's actually like a good play on I've had it with your fun shtick. And another thing this episode does really well is you see Dipper, he suggests that they wind up moving rooms because stuff like this keeps happening, the whole slumber party situation. So you wind up seeing, he suggests that, and you see it on Mabel's face, well, maybe we should move. And they're both just genuinely hurt, and I feel like that's perfect. That's real life. No side is genuinely happy, and the other side's usually in family misery. Also, one of my favorite jokes is in this episode. Specifically, you see, he's a reasonable guy, we'll just talk to Stan, and then it pans to Stan watching television, and it's just, it's two guys pushing, fight, fight, fight! Two clashing deers, like in nature, fight, fight, fight! Two babies, fight, fight, fight! And then it's just like baby fights, and they just start beating the shit out of each other. The surreal comedy in this is just amazing. And there's something later that I want to bring up about the TV shows that we'll get there when we get there. Stan sees that both kids want the new room, and he sees this as an opportunity, being the genius / scumbag that he is, to have them fight over him, basically. I'll decide who this room that we found goes to. During the suck-up contest, because that's probably the best word for it, during the suck-up contest, the kids wind up swapping bodies on this rug. And the genius part about this, because it would normally be, not, I wouldn't say cliche, but it's been done before, where you see I'm gonna let you two fight over me, and I'm just gonna take advantage, I'm gonna reap the benefits. Instead of just doing it so blandly, they wind up rubbing on a carpet and touching each other for a handshake, or well, lack thereof in this case. But, they touch each other and they wind up switching bodies, so they like Freaky Friday while doing this, and I thought that just adds this level of freshness to it. That's what I mean, the show has cliches, but they twist them. Zeus, the B-story in this, Zeus switching with the pig. Great B-plot. I think that's one of my favorite B-plots. Although it's very small, it's a very small B-plot. It's almost could be considered just a running gag in this episode, but really well done, and I love the fact that the pig in Zeus's body does better as Zeus than Zeus does. It's literally like he falls in love. He gets a raise from Stan. Just okay, I'll give you a raise. Just stop doing that. That's creepy. The episode ends with everybody in a giant swap fest on the carpet. Like the police wind up coming in. McGucket, who's chasing the pig down, who's actually Zeus in that scenario. Zeus. I don't know why I keep saying Zeus. I want it to be the god of thunder. The whole thing just winds up in a giant swap fest, and they go out on, they basically go out on them fixing it and Dipper moving back in, and all in all, it's a really good episode. We move on, and we see that in episode 17, they wind up referencing the Smile Dip with Mabel again, from the convenience store episode, the German candy. This entire episode is actually a big stab at boy bands, which is amazing, and they do it so well. A couple of the good lines were, "We're not threatening, girl." Oh, they're all mass-produced by a machine, grown in a pod. Robbie's voice is recorded at one point in this. It sounds like Robbie's voice is recorded on clearly different sounding equipment. I don't know if that was just my TV maybe fucking up. I could be wrong, but there's a moment where it sounds completely different. Because you hear his voice, it sounds muffled and sort of like on home equipment type of thing. And then you have Wendy, who sounds like the professional studio sound, so it's really noticeable. Robbie then hypnotizes Wendy with a shitty song. My writing's perfect, isn't it? I like how this is all from Dipper's perspective, like, because he wants it to be true, so it's like, because he doesn't want Robbie. He doesn't think Robbie's good enough to be with Wendy, so it's like he wants it to be true, so he's kind of pining for it, but at the same time, that's kind of fucked up. I do want to touch on the fact that you see Stan's past with his ex-girlfriend, Carla. No, not the droopy eye one that I fucked up calling Carla before. I mean actual Carla, which, once again, when you go back in time and you give Stan some development, you'll see that a little more later. You'll really like that. I think that's probably some of my personal favorite stuff, and I would assume you too. Mabel finds out boy bands literally are genetically cloned and made in a lab, and they're in like a hamster cage. Really fun. I laughed really hard at that one, and yeah, just a weird network to be playing that one on. That's all I'm gonna say on that. They're smuggling the boy band in a giant duffel bag into the house, Mabel, Candy, and her friend. And Mabel just like, it's money we stole, don't question it. And then it goes to like Candy, and it's just, oh god, what was it? Oh yeah, we're criminals, we'll cut you. Mabel gets extremely attached to the boy band, which winds up, the group later winds up having a scuff over, and they try to tell the boy bands to be free, but it doesn't wind up working out because of the greedy producer with the gold tooth, which was an amazing touch. One of my favorite Stan lines is in this. Robbie's mind control tape is found out later in this episode, and you get, finally! An excuse to punch a teenager in the face! On Wendy's side, you see her overreacting to Dipper, just trying to see, like, yeah, he did kind of have the I like you moment. I guess that shows that she knows that he does, but it's weird because he's just kind of like, yo, you want to go bowling with me and Uncle Stan and everybody? And then she just kind of freaks out on him, and I thought that was a weird moment. But, you have Mabel have the right message in the end, so I guess that works. Realization through guilt. Through song. Episode 18. So, Soos and Dipper go into the woods for a creature that we don't necessarily know yet. I really love these two together. It's just, the way they interact together is really fun, where you see Dipper is this childlike, almost adult character, and Soos is an adult, but he's so childlike, so it's this weird counterbalance of them actually sort of meeting in the middle and getting along, and it's sweet. It's a really nice relationship. I genuinely love that one. This whole episode, like with the nachos, I ate all the nachos, dude, and the whole ruining the photo, it shows they don't necessarily work together, and it also shows that, the people you like don't necessarily correlate with what you're going to do all the time. So just because you have a good relationship with someone doesn't mean that it's going to be a good relationship for what you're doing, if that makes any sense. And the other thing that it shows is Soos is fucking clumsy, which sort of is new since he's supposed to be the handyman, and if I remember correctly, a few episodes ago, and by that I mean a nice amount, but wasn't he the handyman? He was fixing shit and stuff like that. That's a weird character trait for an episode. Mabel left Waddles responsible with Stan in Stan's capable hands, and basically you find out the dinosaur, which was the monster, steals Waddles, and it all goes south. So you have this whole like conflict thing where you don't know if it's going to pan out because the family conflicts in a lot of other cartoons are kind of sloppy. And honestly, the way this one's handled, once again, since I mentioned this in past reviews, Mabel is a specific character where things just click with you because she's so sweet and innocent that when negative things happen to her, whether they be sad or angry, I honestly think they hit more. Stan claims he punched a dinosaur in the face, and I love how they're just like, oh yeah, you punched a dinosaur in the face? Yeah, I thought you didn't believe in mythical things. Dinosaurs aren't mythical. They're giant lizards. Lay off my back. Again, I love that line. I like Soos also getting like an episodical arc in this, where it's just him trying to overcome his inherent, I would call it bad luck, because not all the time is it necessarily his fault. Most of the time it is, but there's sometimes where it's just like, dude, God, come on, man. I just feel like Wendy needs like a major episodical arc, not necessarily just like a relationship one, like an actual arc. And I don't necessarily remember one, so... Interesting how Stan and McGucket see each other, and Stan goes, ah, this guy. It's like the way he says it, you see later, you realize, wow, that has a whole nother meaning. And that's just really clever writing, by the way. When you go back and watch this after finishing it the first time, whole different series. They all land in this abandoned mine-like area searching for what they're searching for, and there's this beautiful fauna in this episode, beautiful fantasy-like design for this. Some of the show's art is just so striking. Beautiful, beautiful art design. And it turns into a Jurassic Park reference with like a bunch of dinosaurs and ambergris and Jurassic Sapple. It's like a really not so subtle stab, but it's not like it's making fun of it. It's just a nice reference, and I can appreciate that every now and then. The series doesn't rely on it too heavily, and that's a positive. McGucket, who's with them the entire time, despite being asked to not follow them, winds up following them. Don't you take a hint? Nope! But fucking McGucket, man, I love that character. That's it's such a good character. Also, it's funny to think that McGucket was a MacGuffin. Interesting. Seeing how Stan isn't really with them at the moment, and it's like, do you have an invention to distract that? Do I? Nope. Seeing Stan down, when he's down, separated from the kids, and he's like, I don't need her, blah, 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 and he's going through the... It's like the regular woe is me shtick, but it's just seeing how much Stan actually needs the kids. Specifically because it's Stan. He's such a rough, coarse bastard, but he has a heart, and it legitimately shines through, and that's what I think really clicks in this series, despite the comedy. Zeus winds up saving them from the baby, which is the full circle moment for him, and then you have Stan who actually punches the thing in the face, which is his full circle moment, and then Waddles comes back to Mabel, and that's her full circle moment. So you have the 3 full circle moments. Episode 19. This is one of my personal favorites. I consider this and 20 to be one nice continual story. So this is one of my favorite episodes. Gideon winds up breaking in to try and steal the deed. Winds up getting beaten off with a broom. Not the broom again! I love Stan and him. I think they're the perfect... When Gideon's versing the kids, he's this really sinister character. There's still some comedy there, but he's very, very much serious. And then when he's with Stan, he's just this comedic, short, round, little, tubby, useless thing, and I love it. You see Gideon mention that there's a greatest secret involved, and they show a familiar triangle that if you've watched my reviews, you've probably seen before. This is all going to come into play a lot later, but even right now, this is a major point in the episode, so I like that it's on 2 levels of kind of underlining, where, yeah, you'll see that come through in a minute, and then you'll also see it come through throughout the entire series. I think the biggest problem with this episode, episode 19, is just the whole cliche of, I think he hates me. It doesn't, the whole Dipper not understanding Stan's love, yeah, that's normal for a kid, but it's also extremely normal for television, and I think you should probably have... Not that it kills the episode, because once again, these are 2 of my favorite episodes as one, but I just... It would have been so much stronger if you didn't necessarily play that for as long as you did, maybe. It's just a cliche, I would say. It also doesn't necessarily work for me. It'll probably work for you. That's a very personal thing. Gideon chants something to summon this weird portal, and out pops... Honestly, probably my favorite character in the series, and that's Bill Cipher, who Gideon instantly says the perfect line to sum him up. You're insane! He pulls deer teeth out. It's a present for you, kid! Deer teeth! They strike a deal which sets up the entire plot line later, as in this episode, and as I mentioned, an overarching plot for the rest of the series, which puts this above other cartoons for me. Gideon's entire reason for making a deal with Bill is he wants Bill to go into Stan's mind to suck the code out, which he was trying to get when he got broomed. Broomed! See the inside of his mind, and he conjures... Bill makes a deal with the kids, and it's just like, okay, you don't have to fight me, you could just stay here and I can give you whatever you want. We're in the mind. I'll give you your Gem Boys. And by the way, I call them the Gem Boys. J-E-M, because they remind me of male versions of Gem characters, but they're actually called Dream Boys. I wouldn't call them Gem Boys. The Gem Boys basically have some of the best lines in this. It's just, radical! I also think this is radical. Speaking of best lines, this is one of Stan's best lines. While they're in there and they're going through all these doors, you see why he broke up, when he broke up with that waitress chick. And it's just literally, I gotta get out of here, this is a bad idea. He's thinking this internally, I gotta get out of here, this is a bad idea. It's not okay. Think of an excuse. She's ugly up close. Think of an excuse. Non-specific excuse! Slaps the plate off the table and just books it out of there. Once again, his response to everything is just run away. The Seuss Bill reveal, which is supposed to be a little surprise, but I'll ruin that one. I'm not going to ruin all of them. There's a major surprise I'm not giving away. But the Seuss Bill reveal is too well done, and it's just... It's funny how dumb you are. The code winds up getting thrown out, and it's interesting that it winds up getting thrown out through a memory, and the memory that gets thrown into is the Bottomless Pit episode memory. So it's fun to see that come back. That's that's what I mean by tight writing. It's just going to consistently, you'll see multiple more times. I would like to go back, because I don't know, I would like to go back and see if that piece actually friggin' is in that episode, if you can see that piece of wood falling. Bill winds up going apeshit, though, when the code gets thrown out, and he becomes this giant red, basically monster version of himself, and it's just, you're a fucking, you're not to be fucked with. Holy shit, this is serious. This is, once again, this is on Disney Channel? What? They all wind up having to team up on him, and even Bill acknowledges that, like, you guys are better than I gave you credit for. So at least they also have the plot line there that, hey, I just wasn't giving you enough credit. That's why you won, not because you're better than me. The end Dipper reveal with the whole, like, that's what kids said about me. Yeah, I don't like it, it's cliche, but it's done well, it's done okay, it's not bad. For what it is, it's done, I just see it too much. That's really my main problem with that. It's still a nice moment and a really good full circle moment for that. But, yeah, they wind up all teaming up on Bill, as I've mentioned, and have another great family moment. What is that, a hug? No, a chokehold! It's just like, those are, once again, so real. This one, though, gets interrupted by Gideon, who is the best cliffhanger in this, and it basically interrupts this moment that they're having that I just mentioned, and it's just literally, yeah, I knew Bill probably was going to fail me, so I used dynamite. I own this house now, so get the hell off my property. Wonderful way to finish that, and then imagine having to wait a week for that. That'd be brutal. And then the finale, which is right now, as I said, this is a two-parter, episode 20. Gideon's taken over, and in this finale, they basically have to try to regain control. That's pretty much what we've set up. At this moment with Abuelita, Seuss's Abuelita, his grandma that he lives with, we might have seen a cameo or two over there. I'm not sure, but this is the first time we're meeting her, and is this a little racist? I'm gonna go vacuum my face and now. Basically, the Pines family moved in with her, and yeah, her entire MO is apparently cleaning. Stan in the dingy kitchen. This is one of the most heartbreaking moments, honestly, in this entire series. It's just him realizing he has no money. They ask for pizza. They're trying to find food. He just got off the phone with their parents, the kid's parents, and he basically just said the line to them, like, if I think I didn't take care of them, if I think I couldn't do it, I would send them back. He realizes that he can't take care of them, so he winds up having to send them back home. But the kids try to prevent that, and we get a whole bunch of callbacks because of that. We get a callback to the Army of Gnomes, and then I can't exactly remember if these are callbacks or future callbacks, which isn't a thing, but can't remember if it is or not. But the Gramoblin, the boring page. Watch the episode, you'll know what I mean by that. And more finale-style callbacks, stuff to that degree. That page is definitely not a callback. That page is definitely something in the future. I love that they take something as simple as the Shmebulok joke, which is such a... It's a stupid joke. It's a fun little stupid kid joke. I'll laugh at it from now and then, but it's not too funny. But then it's like they take it a level further where it's like he comes back in, Shmebulok, and then the other gnome just looks at him. Is that all you can say? Shmebulok. Just so ashamed, and it just brings it to another level. That's just genuinely funny now. This all leads into Gideon turning the gnomes against them because this series plays with momentum so well. It's oh, they're gonna win, they're gonna fight back with the gnomes, and it's gonna be this cool. Nope, Gideon has this whistle, and boom, the gnomes are instantly paralyzed and working for Gideon, who's the prettiest girl in the world. Oh, that's confusing. Instantly turn it around, and the gnomes start working against them, and Gideon finds the book, and this just feels like a legitimate all is lost moment. This is how you do that moment. I even think that sad window shot is one of the more depressing shots I've seen in a kid's cartoon, where it's like they're in the bus on their way home, Stan's just looking at him, it's just, why do we feel so bad for a cartoon? Damn. McGucket winds up building a giant mecha Gideon, and, which is awesome. If you've ever seen the cosmic galactic TV from Rick and Morty, all the TV, this is what I mentioned earlier, this is what I'm trying to say, all the baby fights thing, the owl trowel, like all those things remind me so much of the galactic TV from Rick and Morty, probably because Justin Roiland is obviously doing the voices, but they're just so surreal. I like that that's happening. Dipper mans up, beats the robot. Mabel saves them with the grappling hook, and Stan saves the town by like showing everybody that Gideon's a fraud. So it's like each member of the family, specific family, intermediate family, they all do something. They'll do something specifically like to save the day. It's a nice touch. I don't know. There's no specific hero here. It's just the family. And we get a real happy montage at the end, ending in the kids unpacking. Which Gideon winds up getting arrested and going to real jail, which is a weird choice. I thought he was a kid in elementary school, and he's going to real jail. Although his charming personality, he'll probably do fine. On his way out, he just vows revenge, like any typical villain would. But since it's Gideon saying it, it's fucking awesome. Yeah, that's a double standard, but it's a little Gideon double standard. And that's a good double standard. Dipper tries to show Stan the book in the end, and he takes it. And from there, I'm just going to let you watch the finale. There's a major thing here that I think is one of the most amazing reveals. And I watched it for the second time today, and I still got that, like, tingle feeling, that goosebumps feeling, that, like, this is actually a really cool moment. Why am I feeling this for a friggin' Disney Channel show? Damn it. You got me again, Disney Channel. Got me when I was a kid with Mighty Ducks. You got me with fucking Gargoyles. You got me again, you sons of bitches. That's gonna leave it for today. It's probably gonna be a little shorter one today because I had to hurry up. We didn't have much film on the camera. And we'll see you next week for whatever's in the description. Go ahead and click it and you'll see what we're doing next week. And that's it. Like, subscribe, and we appreciate you being here. And just remember, he'll be watching you.